you.
Goblins took over my realm many years ago, after the forest became wild and the kingdom was destroyed.
Lady Queen, do you know anything about a speaking flower?
Or do you know why plants would keep growing wildly?
I can tell you more, but first I require your assistance.
Trine 2 may appear to be the storybook fantasy world of your dreams. In this stunning landscape, you travel through musty old libraries, encounter moss-covered statues at ancient shrines, and marvel at fog-shrouded hillsides that fill your heart with hopes for grand adventure.
Take cover!
But not all is so wondrous in this breathtaking world. The physics-based puzzles you must frequently fumble with are more like housework than the glorious exploits of wizards and warriors. So while this adventure looks magical, it too often feels mundane. You play as a trio of characters: the wizard Amadeus, the thief Zoya, and Pontius, the knight whose appetite for adventure is rivaled only by his appetite for food and drink. The characters are established only in broad strokes, and the tale Trine 2 tells is a flimsy one. It's a shame that a world this rich in visual detail doesn't get a story to match.
King Wheeze now has a base on Cloudy Isles.
Why aren't we there? We're stuck here in the cold looking for stupid metal things.
Thanks for the great machine that will bring down the human towns. Wait, who goes there?
The three heroes are bound together through the magic of a mysterious artifact called the Trine, the upshot being that you can swap between them instantly. This is essential as you progress through Trine 2's side-scrolling levels, in which you frequently encounter puzzles and obstacles that you can't simply leap over. Amadeus can conjure boxes and planks, and can move and manipulate some objects from a distance, making his skills vital in overcoming most puzzles. Zoya can fire arrows at distant targets and can grapple onto wooden surfaces. Pontius can smash stuff real good with his sword. You encounter enough goblins and other nasty creatures that Pontius' skills come in handy, though the combat here is just a shallow and easy diversion that only serves to give your brain a break between puzzles. Those puzzles are the heart of Trine 2, and though they're dressed up in gorgeous fantasy trappings, trying to devise solutions to them usually feels something like trying to fix a pesky problem around the house. Given the physics-based nature of the puzzles, you can often solve them in a number of ways, which may sound like it opens the door to satisfyingly creative problem-solving. Instead, because solutions don't click satisfyingly into place, you often don't feel like you're really solving anything at all. Fumbling with conjured boxes and crates, you may eventually jerry-rig something that lets you climb the ledge you need to climb or water the plant you need to water, but you get the sense that you've stumbled on a makeshift solution that happens to get the job done, rather than that you've cleverly worked out a challenging conundrum. And because you sometimes need to have things positioned perfectly for a particular solution you have in mind to work, it can be difficult to know if the concept you're working with won't work, or if you're just not executing it well enough. As a result, you can waste a lot of time experimenting with bad ideas, or give up on sound ideas that didn't work because you didn't have all the pieces in exactly the right spot. Further dampening the pleasure of progressing past Trine 2's puzzles is the game's floaty movement. The buoyant jumps make it feel as if your characters aren't rooted in the world, and those characters have an odd tendency to sometimes scramble up onto ledges or platforms that seem like they shouldn't be reachable. So you can sometimes bypass puzzles without coming up with anything resembling a proper solution. The first time it happens, you might think you just got lucky. By the fifth time, you realize that the game's physics are too easily exploited. There are potions scattered throughout levels and dropped by defeated monsters that serve as experience points. For every 50 you collect, you earn a skill point you can spend to unlock new abilities for your characters. These are useful and empowering, and heck, after you've unlocked a few of Pontius' abilities, he actually becomes good for more than just hacking goblins to death. Trine 2 Director's Cut on Wii U includes the Goblin Menace expansion, which contains some memorable new locations, though you can only access it after completing the main campaign. It also supports local and online multiplayer. Multiplayer can make overcoming Trine 2's puzzles much easier, but the online play here doesn't support voice chat, making it impossible to coordinate with your partners. Trine 2 is elevated by its art design, which is second to none. But as enchanting as its visuals are, they aren't enough to imbue the game's puzzles with magic. This is still an adventure worth embarking on just to take in all the stunning sights, but it's unfortunate that its beauty doesn't run deeper.
This is going to require timing.
What dreadful weather!